Did you ever notice how your kid spotlight how fucked your childhood was? My kid does it all the time, and I'm not talking about well-known fact that, like when you start to have a kid, you start to be triggered by things that never triggered you before, and then you start to dig into it, and then you find out that something in your childhood happened, and now you feel this way. No, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about more like small thing. Your kid is feels free to do something or to not do something or to lay in a certain pose or to ask something in a certain way without any thoughts behind on in his mind that like am I allowed to ask that, am I not allowed to ask that. If we shop for clothing and he shows some of his choice and sometimes I don't like it, so I tell him like, hey, maybe you will pick something else instead of this sweater. And he's like, why? I don't have answer to that. I mean, if I would answer like my mom answered me back then, it wouldn't make sense at all to him. More than that, he will start not even argue, but like talking to me with common logic, and I wouldn't have answered to him. Or, for example, we had some conversation about bullying, especially at school, and he asked me like, was I bullied? And I told him, yeah. And he asked, okay, why were you bullied? And I told, well, because I was smart and the kids didn't like when I did my homework and that I answered correctly. And he's like, what? But it's cool to be smart. And I'm like, well, but for them it was like, oh, we didn't do homework and we don't like that Alice did homework. So now we have also to be good and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, but it's stupid. And I'm like, I agree with you, but they didn't like it. Or for example, another thing, I was tall. I am tall, but back then it was a problem. And my kid again, like, but it's your appearance. You cannot control it. You were born this way. And I'm like, I know, but I don't know what to tell you. And also, I was bullied because my parents were poor and we couldn't afford good clothing. Not even good clothing, normal clothing. I always had like old, stretched or too short clothing. And they laughed about me and stuff like that. And David is like, yeah, but why do they laugh about you? It's not you, it's your parents. You cannot buy clothing for yourself. And I'm like, I know, David. Sometimes, I think of me not being a good mother or being, it's not even sometimes actually, very often I think this way. And then these small things, they show me that my kid feels happy and he never faces anything in his life what I faced on a daily basis in my childhood.